Hello, everyone. Welcome to Story Time with the
Young.
And today I have my favorite helper,
Kennedy.
And today we're reading
Not Norman. Which is my dad's name?
Which is my dad's name.
It's not the not part, it's just the Norman part.
Not the not part, just Norman. Norman is my name, and today we're reading Not Norman. So let's begin. Not Norman. When I got Norman, I didn't want to keep him. I wanted a different kind of pet. Not Norman. I wanted a pet who could run and catch, or one who could climb trees and chase strings. A soft, furry pet to sleep on my bed at night. Not Norman. All Norman does is swim around and around and around and around and around and around. This is it, Norman. I decided. I'm trading you for a good pet. Norman doesn't move, not even a fin twitches. How can I trade him like this? No one will want a sorry-looking fish in a gunky bowl. When I drop Norman into his nice clean bowl, he starts dipping and flipping and flapping his fins around. He looks so goofy, I have to laugh. Don't think that just because you made me laugh, I'm gonna keep you. I tell him, tomorrow, you're out of here. Norman blows a stream of bubbles. See him blowing his stream of bubbles? See that? The next day, I take Norman to school with me. If I talk him up real good during show and tell, maybe somebody will want him. On the way there, we see my friend Austin. Austin has a real cool dog and 7 puppies. Want to swap one of your pups for my Norman? I ask him. Who's Norman? Asked Austin. My goldfish, I say. By the time I rescue Norman, half his water is gone. Uh-oh. What happened to his goldfish?
He's almost dying.
The dogs are drinking the water out the water bowl. I'm sorry, I tell Norman when we get to school. I'm really sorry. He just stares at me with his googly eyes. Finally, it's my turn to show and tell. Just as I start to talk about my goldfish, Emily shouts, Jenny's gone! Who let my snake loose? Uh-oh.
No.
Does anyone hear the story of how I got Norman? Does anyone even ask to hold his bowl? No. They're all jumping and screaming and chasing a snake. Not Norman. That afternoon, we go to my music lesson.
Bam.
As soon as it's over, I'm taking Norman back to the pet store. I take out my tuba and I begin to play. Bum, 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 bum. I glance over at Norman. He swaying back and forth. Gloo, 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 he mouths. Look, Norman's singing, I say. Pay attention, said Mrs. Maestro, and try to play the proper notes. Maestro makes me stay for extra practice. By the time my lesson is over, it's too late to go to the pet store and take Norman back. Don't think that just because you like my music, I'm going to keep you, I tell Norman. He glows. That night, I'm sound asleep when scratch, 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 scratch. What's that noise? Scratch, 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 scratch. Yikes! There's something out the window! And out the corner of my eye, I spot Norman. He isn't scared. He isn't swimming around in circles either. He glows and gives me a little wave. I'm not alone. Together, Norman and I, we slide open the curtains. It was just a broken tree branch. Thanks for watching out for me, Norman, I'd say. On Saturday, I take Norman to the pet store just like I said I would. I look at the cats and dogs and snakes and birds. I look at the hamsters and mice and lizards too. They all look like good pets, but they're not Norman. When I got Norman, I wasn't sure I wanted to keep him. But now, even if I could pick any pet in the whole wide world, I wouldn't trade him. Not Norman. The end. Thank you all for watching and listening. I hope you guys have a great night. Make sure you read every day. A book a day keeps the student loans away. You want to say goodnight, Kennedy?
Good night.
Good night.